Welcome to Storm Shelter Cinema at Arlington High School, the movie review show where we watch movies so you don't have to. Today we'll be reviewing Big Fish, released in 2004, directed by Tim Burton. I'm Taylor Lavelle, and I'm joined by my co-host today, Logan Houston.
The name of the movie Big Fish corresponds with the main characters about a guy who is famous for his hometown. Then he goes out to the real world and he thinks he's still a big fish in a small pond.
Big Fish is about a man named Edward who loves telling crazy stories about his life. His son, Will, comes home to find out if any of the stories are true because he believes his dad's stories are made-up lies. Instead, the movie shows Edward's wild adventures like meeting giants and witches. This movie shows the memorable reunion of an estranged father and son. I believe the implicit meaning of this film is to never give up on your dreams and believe in yourself.
I think the implicit meaning of this film is that you can't always get what you want. You can't always get what you want. Like towards the end of the movie, he tries to get the girl and he never does. Seeing how beautiful she is, and not getting her. Can't always have your way.
One of the formal elements I wanted to point out was the camera work. Tim Burton's camera work brings his fantastical stories to life. The film uses vibrant colors, creative angles, and seamless transitions between reality and fantasy to make the scenes feel magical. The cinematography enhances the whimsical feel of the movie and helps the audience get lost in Edward's magical world.
The music on the movie was synchronized with the scene to make the music natural, and all over the scene was pretty put together pretty well.
In my opinion, I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was a beautiful reflection of love, loss, forgiveness, and just being only human. This movie had an impact on me that will probably stay with me forever. The blending of fantasy and reality was amazing, and the cinematography was visually enchanting. I thought the performances from Ewan McGregor and Albert Finney were outstanding. I love this movie, and I have nothing negative to say about it. It was like I was revisiting my childhood from Edward's stories.
Surprise question: how did you feel about the story and the plot of the movie?
I thought that it was really good. I felt like it was different, and it was just really emotional.
I mean, I didn't like the movie because the way the actors acted, I didn't like how they acted, and the way they faked the southern voice was.
Okay, well, that's just Danny DeVito. You just didn't like Danny DeVito doing that.
I don't think it was Danny DeVito.
I didn't really like the circus. I feel like it was kind of out there, and it didn't really go with all of Edward's stories, but
Makes sense.
that's just me.
Yeah. Don't you have a surprise question for me?
Let me think. What did you think about the Edward and Will's relationship?
Thought it was actually dragged out more than it should have been, because it's really long.
Yeah. Speaking of being dragged out, the movie was also really long, and I don't really like movies that are over 2 hours long.
Because they just ramble on at that point.
Yeah, and it's kind of why am I still here? But
you just lose interest after a while.
Yeah, and then it just kind of gets boring. You'll fall asleep. But I mean, I might have done that while watching the movie, but it's okay. I still thought it was a good movie. But what was your I know that you didn't like the movie, but tell me a little bit more why you didn't like it.
I really didn't like how the actors would
Beside the actors.
The actors. That's the main reason why.
Did you like the plot of the story?
The plot of the story was actually pretty enchanted, as you said. There wasn't anything wrong with the plot. The plot actually was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Until it was dragged out.
Well, if it wasn't dragged out, would you have liked the movie?
I would have really liked the movie.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you with the the actors and their what's it called, accent, but I feel like it added personality to the characters. And
Yeah.
even though like I might not have liked their accents, like I still enjoyed the movie, but that's just me. Do you have any more questions?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for joining us today on Storm Shelter Cinema. We reviewed Big Fish, released in 2004, directed by Tim Burton. I'm Logan Houston, and I did not like this movie. My co-host Taylor Lavelle did like this movie, and we'll see you next time at the movies.